Hi guys, my name's Elizabeth. Can we all get an introduction, like what we play, everything?
I'm Dante. I play the bass guitar for the Stone Toads. And yeah, I slap.
I'm Owen. I play the drums for the Stone Toads.
I'm Jude, and I play the guitar for the Stone Toads.
So can you guys kind of describe like your music genre and like the inspiration behind your music? It can be albums, songs, anything.
A lot of what we do is kind of just whatever's off the top of our head. Like we have some songs that I think we would consider thrash, and then another song that's like funky, like, you know, just it's kind of whatever we're feeling at the time. I don't think there's necessarily a genre that we can fit in, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I do think I think we do have just a heavy rock influence in almost all of our songs. We play that there's some sort of rock, and I do think like your bass playing is inspired off of like more of slap stuff.
Yeah,
you're inspired off of more of
like
your
Dave Grohl.
Yeah, exactly, the Foo Fighters.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
How do you think that kind of created your sound? Like, what was did you think it makes it sound maybe different from most people, or what?
I wouldn't say different from most people. I mean, I think, of course, we have our own unique sound, but I think, like, I don't know,
I feel like it's the first time someone's really doing something new, in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do think we have some weird sound combinations for sure.
Yeah.
Because y'all definitely stand out. That's for sure. Y'all would 100% stand out. How did y'all kind of meet each other in this band form, and how did this become like the final lineup and like the name of Stone Toads?
I love this story. So I was still in high school. I think it was my freshman year, something like that. And I walked into a bathroom, you know, to do what high schoolers do in a bathroom or whatever. And I'm looking at all this graffiti on the wall and everything, and I look and I see drum and bass. Mind you, bass is spelled B-A-S-E. It's like drum and bass needed for band or whatever. And then a phone number, and I was like, something's off here. Like I don't like that this guy spelled it wrong. So I was gonna text him and be like, hey, you spelled it wrong. You know, you're an idiot or whatever. And I shit you not, he says, that's right, I'm looking for idiots to jam with. And I was like, this guy's on to something. This guy's
I do think I did that. I put that up there. And I do think someone who plays the bass and is so proud of the bass is the only person who'd be offended enough to see that bass is spelled wrong to actually message that person to actually talk to a bassist now. So yeah,
That's how they met.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah,
I think it was a couple years down, like a year or so after y'all met, or something like that. I got a job and ended up working with his older brother, and then I started talking with him, and then met him. We started talking, and then we started jamming. Met him, and then it was.
I'll say one of my favorite things about Owen is, you know, because when we first met Owen, he didn't play the drums, but you know he was interested. And he had this red drum set you see behind us. That was his originally, and you know we jam on that, and you know this guy never played the drums too much. And then throughout like us knowing each other and everything, we kind of like molded him to be our drummer, which I love. I mean, don't get me wrong, he has his own staple, his own thing, but I think that's one of my favorite things about.
One thing that I remember with meeting you is me and Dante would be like, all right, let's take a break, because you would jam so loud. Sometimes you would hit the drums so loud sometimes. And so me and Dante would like sit outside of the shed that we were jamming in, and for the whole 30-minute break that me and Dante's sitting there, all we hear is just you banging on the drums still. And you're just not, you know, you're still learning the drums, so it's just banging on the drums for 30 minutes straight. After we just jammed for 30 minutes and needed a break.
And then we come back, so
you come back to jam.
That was the only time I get with the kids.
Exactly.
I didn't have one at the time.
True.
So whenever I got the chance, I try to use as much
time
as possible. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of passion.
When we brought him into the band, like officially, I remember we hit this jam, and me and Mo over there, he played this one little fill, and like the last time he played with them, you know, he couldn't do that fill, and he did it, and I remember looking at Mo and I was like, what? Like,
Yeah,
you've
we
got
were
so
shocked by
so
how
much.
much-
We did like little periodic like jams, like
Yeah.
between month. It'd be like month jam with Owen once, another month jam with him once,
Yeah.
and we would slowly watch you learn. And then there was this one jam we were like, oh shit. He was like, there you go, you're this jam.
We gotta bring them on board.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Shout out Owen.
So how did y'all get your name from anything though?
Oh, you want? I mean, I think feel like it's kind of changed. I think we tried to make the name based off of this one thing, but then we found we like this other meaning for it better, in a sense. But like, I mean, do you want to?
So I originally there's this theory, stoned ape theory, if you ever heard of it. Basically, yeah, and I just loved the name, like stoned ape. So I wanted that to be a name. Did research, there's a bunch of things that are already called stoned ape. So, I was like, what if we changed the animal? So we went to the stone toads, and then Jude put this, in my opinion, really beautifully. I don't know how beautiful it really is, but I like what he brought up with the name.
Like, do you know this song "And It Stoned Me" by I think Van Morrison?
No.
Or something like that. Basically, there's a lyric in it where he's talking about this thing or whatever, and he says, "And it stoned me," as in like it hit him really hard. So I took it as in like, we look at ourselves as toads. That's just the animal persona we chose for us.
Persona.
And what's it called? It's like we've gotten stoned by the music, so we are the stone toads now. It's like we like the music so much we've been stoned.
Wow, I love that story. It's so interesting the way y'all met and just the stories in general. I think that's so. I've never heard something like this actually.
We've been together for 4 years. Me
Yeah,
and Jude
I've
at
known you
least have been together.
I mean,
for 4 years.
It's coming up on around 3 years.
Yeah.
And just throughout that, we've grown a great brotherly bond with all of each other. So there's just a whole bunch of shit and other stuff like that. Sorry, I didn't.
No, I don't know.
It's
You're
like
fine.
back to the question of how it adds to our sound.
Yeah.
It's like we spent so much time jamming already together.
Yeah.
Like we know what we're gonna do in a sense.
Well, how did each of y'all get into the scene?
So we were in a band, Fumados. We knew Murphy. We actually jammed with him for the Stone Toes, and it was only a couple jams. And then Murphy told us, or he hit me up one day, and was like, "Hey, we're looking for a bassist for this band." They were originally called Puppy Guts. I don't know if that's ever been said before, but they were looking for this band, Puppy Guts. And so we jammed or whatever, and I was like, okay, this is cool or whatever. I like what we were doing. I had 2 gripes. I said, one, I'll be your bassist, but my brother Jude here has to come along. I'm not doing anything without him. They agreed to that, and then I said, we gotta change the name. Which I wasn't a fan of it, and we eventually landed on Fumados. That's that story, and I guess once Fumados broke up, we were we tried to bring in the Toads into it, which I was really nervous about.
Getting us into the scene.
Yeah.
Doing shows with him.
Murphy helped us with that too, and I was really nervous because throughout the scene, I've seen people play, and I didn't think anybody really sounded like us, which was really scary for me because I didn't know how people were going to take it. In the first couple shows, I really don't think people did. Granted, we weren't as refined as we are now, and we're still we need some polishing. But at first people didn't like it, and then not too long ago, September of last year, we had this one show that people really enjoyed, and then it's just been a spiral. This is the only month we haven't done a show yet. So.
What show was that?
What was the name? It was for
birthday.
It
was
with Petty Dreadful.
Basis of Petty Dreadful. It was for her birthday. It was a show with them, a couple other people.
Yeah.
I think it was Eden's birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe
yeah.
Yes.
Because every single person that I've talked to, and that even with the show that y'all played on January 17th, everyone loves you guys. Yeah. Everyone loves your sound. Everyone, specifically because people say it's so unique, but it still fits into everything that's going on, that people get excited when they see y'all set, and they're like, okay, finally something that we can vibe to, but it's nothing that because you know, like in hardcore stuff, people are like, okay, I gotta move, I gotta get out the pit, I gotta whatever. When it comes to y'all's music, people want to see it, and people really enjoy it. And I noticed that a lot recently, that people are really excited for
I think
y'all.
that's one thing that we want to try to do more is like, you know, of course, if you want to mosh and have a good time, like do that. That's gonna be fun. But we also want to bring back more of being able to sit there and just like listen to the music and really feel the music and have a good environment to do that in.
Because I know that's what I did last time, but also when I saw y'all, I was just like, I was obviously tired, but I was like, I still want to see the set. So it was nice just hearing y'all and seeing y'all jam out, and it didn't feel clustered, or it didn't feel like I was gonna get hurt or punched in the face.
Yeah.
It was
I
nice.
remember calling that pit the most respectful.
Yeah.
Everyone was so nice. They were just jumping and bottling on. It was packed.
Yeah.
But it was like
People
really
crowd
awesome.
surfing.
Yeah, the crowd
People
surfing. That's
love
gonna be off
that
guard.
set,
That was-
yeah. I also, speaking of the song, that set and the songs y'all played, I've been told recently, like, no, literally today, this morning, that y'all have a song about fentanyl, or like,
So-
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's actually this recording right here. It's not necessarily about fentanyl. It tells a story, kind of. It basically, we made it to make fun of drug dealers, like
Okay.
you know, lacing things and doing stuff like that. So we did this story of this guy. He kind of, I mean, do you want to tell the story?
I mean, it's basically like we're doing this like weird, it's like, it's kind of like fiction thing where it's like there's this wizard, but he uses drugs or whatever. Like, and he's basically the dealer. And there's this one guy that, you know, he explains himself at the beginning of the song, and then there's this one guy who's like, I just want to eat the weed. I thought you were the drug wizard. He's like, yes, indeed. And then he's like, I cut your weed. Like, I used some scissors. So he basically like laces this guy, and this guy's like, well, I'm gonna call the cops. So I think we're trying to like make fun of both sides. It's like, you're addicted so bad, you're gonna call the cops for you buying drugs. So it's like, we're trying to just make fun of how stupid that is in a sense.
It's an anti-drug song, even though it sounds like a drug song.
Because I personally didn't like realize it until one band members this morning was like, oh yeah, I have a song about fent, and I was like, what the fuck? So that was nice.
There isn't an issue. We should be a 4-piece, but we lost our singer, and I've been stuck on doing vocals, which.
Do you want to continue?
Yeah, Mo does.
Do you want to continue doing vocals?
I mean, I do. I love talking with the crowd, and I guess just doing that stuff. But I don't. I can't sing. I'll say it here. Like, I can hit a couple notes or whatever, but I can't sing. And the singer we had before, he helped make this song, and when you hear him sing it compared to me, blows me out of the water.
He made the song fit his voice.
Okay.
Yeah, I can
So,
show
like,
you
you
the
can't
recording
sing
a
it.
little later, and you can hear like just
How
powerful
But
it is.
I also think that's something that we talked about is I would love for us, maybe all of us can do backup vocals, but for someone as a main singer, I don't know if they should do any other instrument that's too much to focus their mind on, because I want them to be very focused on singing and to do that part really well and do that to the best of their ability.
What happened to the other member?
It's just lack of. I don't want to say lack of motivation.
Just
It's
stuff
more-
comes
I
up
think
in the personal life, and
Yeah.
especially with all of us getting older now, like there's just stuff that gets in the way, jobs,
Shit.
family stuff, all sorts of stuff. So just stuff like that. He said he definitely wants to come back, and we're talking with him and trying to make stuff work. Because even though he's no longer in the band, he's one of our best friends. We love him to death.
And I don't think it was lack of motivation. I think it was more like it's too much stress.
Stuff.
To keep
Yeah,
putting
Yeah.
a lot of stress going on. I mean, like we're all getting older,
Yeah.
stuff like that happens. So. But I mean, for the time being, until we find somebody to fill the shoes of a singer, I mean, I'm happy to do it. I tell the crowd every time, I'm like, hey, if I suck, just boo me, I'll shut up. There's some songs I just don't sing because I know I can't. Some of the stuff is too complex on the bass.
You have big ego though. That's really great actually. You have really good, all of you guys actually have amazing stage presence. You guys genuinely, you're probably laughing here. I know a lot of people are like, oh, like, I feel like I suck. But like, you guys genuinely know how to move a crowd without, I feel like, quote unquote, trying too hard. Like, you guys seem like
Yeah.
I don't want to
enjoy
force anyone to do it.
Yeah.
That's another thing is like, I don't want to keep yelling at the crowd to do this thing. I'm just do what you feel like doing. Yeah.
Because y'all, like, when I watch y'all play, it just looks like you guys are friends jamming out and having a good time.
That's what we
It
want.
doesn't look-
That's
yeah, it doesn't look
exactly
like
what we want to
you're
see. It.
nervous on stage and you're whatever. You just look like you're having fun.
Oh, I'm quite nervous all the time. Don't get me wrong.
But you hide it well.
There was one show we did. I don't know what the actual name of the show was. We call it the Anti-Ice Show, just because that's what the whole. I think you were there.
Yeah, I was. I filmed you guys.
There
yeah.
was-
I have a lot of the film.
There was literally, if you go back and listen, if you have any recording, you can hear my voice like I'm very shaky because it was cold and I was nervous.
Yeah.
We had a week to practice for that set, and I was just really nervous there.
Oh my god.
You know, I think a lot of with talking to people on stage and stuff like that. I try to get them to laugh because something for me personally, like comedy is one of the best things ever. It's second to music in my opinion. And so if I can get people to laugh and just have a good time and feel good, then I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's great. I was gonna kind of go more into your songwriting, everyone's songwriting. I know y'all. I'm sure y'all just jam out and then things kind of like pop up and everything. But I also know that you guys have like a anti-ice song and everything. Was that written for that show or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it was,
written
right.
specifically for that show. We heard that it was going to be an anti-ice show, and we're like, we have to make some sort of song for it.
Yeah,
Where it's just like, let's just say fuck ice.
Yeah.
And that riff
Yeah.
we jammed before, like it's actually in the song we close with.
Yeah,
or we've been closing with.
We took parts of like riffs from other songs to throw it in there to just put something together to be able to do that just for that show in the short period of time we had.
What's each personal member's favorite band that they take inspiration for specifically?
I mean,
Yeah, start with Owen.
Yeah.
I love Dave Grohl. He's drumming wise. Him and Taylor Hawkins both. I love Nirvana and Foo Fighters. They were some of the first bands I started learning their songs to when I first started. So that's amongst others, but I feel like that's like the big number one for me.
And that's how like you built your sound and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't want to just say one because I don't feel like
Yeah, you can go
You
into
know,
detail
but
with anything.
I would say like I listen to a lot of Frank Zappa and I like his guitar a lot and a lot of the guitar stuff that he's doing and also just how he writes his music. I try to put that into, but I think I also have like I like guitar and Pink Floyd and like Jimi Hendrix, Jeff Beck. Like, yeah. I would just there you go.
This guy also got me on the Zappa train. And, the way, like he said, the way he writes his music. Like my bass isn't necessarily based off of him, but I think it was so interesting when you listen. Like there's a lot of songs that you can listen to of his and be like, what's going on? But there's so many that are like written down. If you see them written down, they're just absolutely insane. It's crazy. Yeah. For playing wise though, as anybody could guess when they see me play, Claypool, any one of his bands is a huge inspiration to me. I think when I started playing bass, I wanted the bass to stand out, and seeing like Flea and Claypool, seeing them play, that's standing out. So I wanted to get some recognition to the bass, so I decided to start slapping like that.
As a bassist, I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah.
So, are y'all gonna be releasing any songs or like that for people to be able to listen, tapes, CDs, anything like that? Bandcamp.
That is what we would like to do later on in the future, but
I think
at least for now.
I think what's holding us back now is we want to fully finish our song
Yeah.
before we record it, which, yeah.
I mean,
There's
I
a
think
set tone to you guys' songs either because it's always
Yeah.
changed up every time.
yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause we really only have one pretty much finished song, which
Which
is
is
this
Dream
one.
was
Yeah.
All the other
No
ones are still
singers.
technically works in progress.
Would you say it'd be similar to The Dead, where you have like the people that are like crazy for you? They would have tapes for each show, and they don't really have albums. It's just kind of like
That's what
bootlegs.
that's what he does. He records sets and then he put it on a CD once for like.
yeah. My brother
Yeah.
said it for one of his things. Yeah, like it's similar to like because I've seen the Dead Museum where there's all the tapes of just their live shows, and then like it's crazy, but they don't really have albums. They just have live recordings.
Yeah. I think one of the issues that I think we all have is I think there's a little bit of a perfectionist in every one of us when it comes to recording. Like this song is practically almost fully finished, other than mixing and mastering, which none of us know how to do.
Yeah,
So we have to go through the process of learning that, and if it doesn't sound good, I don't want to show it to the people. You know, like, you know, if we were to do live sets and stuff like that, I definitely want the stuff to be mic'd up and mixed well, so that way, if we were to release it, you know, it's like people aren't like, oh, what's going on? It sounds
Professional.
just as good as it would be in a studio. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so. Not dissing your brother.
No. I agree completely. It sounds so crappy mixed.
That's one of our things. Like, at least I'm speaking for myself
yeah.
here. Like, I want it to sound really good for the people that will be listening to it. So yeah, that's that.
It's good to see what y'all got. So is there any local bands specifically that you know here, or like maybe even from other states that you guys would like to jam with specifically, or even play shows with?
There were so on Halloween we had a Halloween show. There was this one band. It was an acoustic set. It was Colorful Mud Puddle.
Yeah,
I think
Puddle.
they're in
Yes, they were
Greensboro.
I think they were here.
Were they here?
I believe so. Cool,
But-
absolutely
But
cool.
yeah,
guys.
amazing guys. I would really
agree
love
with that.
Did you? Because I jammed with them we both jammed with them for a little bit at that show.
Oh, that was terrifying.
Yeah.
I was on the guitar. Get me off of
But
it.
no, it was a lot of fun. They were really nice to hang out with. They were chill. So any chance I could to work with them, I'd jump at it.
They were super cool. I'm trying to think. I mean, we played with a bunch of people that are super cool. Your band's awesome. Gotta love Logan. You guys were all
that
awesome.
guy knows how to put up a show.
Oh yeah. Petty Dreadful's always been nice to us. They've been really cool, giving us a lot of opportunities. Just I mean, as long as you're a cool person, you're
I was
not
gonna
a
say
dick.
if any band wanted to jam, I think we would be fine with.
Yeah. I
jamming.
mean,
I don't
even
think
we offered you to jam, and we're supposed to be here for an interview.
Yeah, exactly.
They were all about that.
I've been jamming all day. I'm tired. So what's y'all's fave song y'all written together?
That's a great question. I really like.
I like the new song.
The new song.
Like
I
the
think.
feeling of like when creating that one, like
I'm
having all those
assuming-
ideas get thrown in
Yes,
there, like that
that
was
was
really cool.
I'm assuming that one hasn't been heard yet.
The new one it has been. Well,
It has
both
been
songs were hard.
heard.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's no.
Named,
Yeah.
Branded basically.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no name, and sometimes I change up the vocals. We need to get set in stone vocals.
Yeah.
It's the one that we close with all the time. Put a clip here. So but
I think
that one, I think, might be my favorite.
For me, I think Take It Dominic's my favorite. That one's so much
That
fun to
one was
play.
received
Wow.
so
That
well.
one,
Take It
I
Dominic
love
was
playing that
received
one.
so well.
Just what you guys were saying, like the feeling of just playing it.
That that's fair.
I don't know, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's good.
Wow. Any others that y'all like, or?
I would say
Drugs
just
and
a
Services,
classic.
yeah,
that's
like
like
that's.
Because that was the first song me and you ever written together. Or-
Yeah, like
You started the riff.
I was playing that riff and everything before, like fully jamming that even with you, because I would jam that with Owen.
Yeah.
And now it's changed a lot.
So I feel like that one's always gonna be a favorite of all of ours.
Yeah.
Maybe we can give a sneak peek at the end. Alright, but.
Well, do y'all hope to play? I'm just assuming you guys would like to play outside of NC one day, considering that you have songs or working on songs. But where would that be and why?
anywhere that would take us. I was born in Syracuse, so I'd love to do a show up in Syracuse. You know, let my family see me.
I'll say same reason I was born in Sacramento, so doing a show all the way out there, that'd be nice to go visit.
Yeah, I got a
there
cousin
again.
out there.
Yeah, I got all my family and friends back out there still. So.
I don't. Literally anywhere at this.
Anywhere that'll take us.
I've been born here, so I have nowhere else.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I know that we talked about magic before.
Yeah, I can't go to you.
Yeah.
usually.
So is that like kind of what you guys like to do, like outside of jamming? Is there anything else y'all like to do as a band together, or?
I mean, we love to play some magic.
We do
I mean, that's every
I was
jam.
gonna say, that's
Yeah.
it. We had all
Yeah.
the magic stuff.
Yeah.
People out there just bought a new deck. So
Which kind? What kind?
it's a pre-com.
That's it.
Wow, thank you so much.
Silver Quill statement. Shout out Brina the Demagogue. Hell yeah, sick commander. I got a Godzilla day.
Well, damn, you got a Godzilla day?
Yeah, it sucks.
Well,
Same with my
what you do?
Slimer.
Same.
What
I got a
can we
Slimer
do?
day.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, there's that.
I mean, we pretty much do everything. Like,
Yeah, we jam 4 days out of the week, so there's a lot of time we spend together. We'll do everything. I got a fire pit in my backyard. We'll have a fire. You know, just hang out, do whatever. Literally whatever.
Love the day
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Go to Guitar Center and
yeah.
annoy people. Whatever. Literally everything.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun, actually. What's y'all's favorite show that you've ever played?
I think
the one at the Diamond
The
for
last
me.
one,
yeah,
the last
Just
one.
not necessarily how we played, but just the feeling
The
of
energy.
the energy of all of us
Definitely.
playing and the crowd's energy. I don't know, it just made me feel really good. It made me feel very happy about
yeah,
doing it and
I
continuing
also-
to do this.
I also think that was one of the best shows we played so far. Like, I mean, I had a really bad fuck up somewhere in there. Shout out Fisher.
We all did.
Yeah,
something.
but you know, like you said, it was just the energy and the
It
people.
was a fun show.
You know, everybody enjoyed it.
Thank
That's
you
more.
for that.
That makes me very happy to hear. It took so long putting that show together, so I'm very happy.
Shout out.
I'm very happy. And for the very last question, where can people find you guys on Instagram or anything?
The Stone Toad.
Yeah.
Point. You gotta say it to the camera.
Go
We're
to
the
camera.
the Stone Toads on Instagram. Literally, just look it up. It'll pop up. I sure hope. That's pretty much. We got a YouTube channel gonna be coming out relatively soon. So, you know, maybe we'll post some clips or some bullshit on there. Is there anything I'm missing? We ain't got a Snapchat. No Facebook.
You would know it.
No, I don't think we got a Twitter. I forget what I signed us up for.
Now you're gonna TikTok.
We gotta
Hopefully soon you'll find us on Spotify whenever we get to fucking releasing.
You'll probably have a TikTok later.
Yeah, people have been trying to convince us to do a TikTok. You know, people are gonna be doing dances to our fentanyl song or whatever.
Shout out to Fentanyl, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out Fen.
Shout out to Fentanyl. Well, thank you so much for agreeing. That's all the questions I had. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Awesome.
Thank you
For-
for
Yes.
allowing us
Yes.
to
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun. Well, that's pretty much it. Liam, you can stop rolling.
Cut it.
Cut the cameras, dead ass.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now all the way up top. While the sun goes way down. You can hear this beat. More confidence. We're on a hopeless thing with the on the third floor of the Morningstar store. What's going on? They said they say, Jude.
Thank you.
Yay!